Hey everyone, today I've uncovered 25 surprising facts about ChatGPT that will definitely blow your mind. Some of these he might even wish stayed hidden, but we're here to dig them up. So sit back, relax, and get ready for a mix of intrigue and a little irony. Fact 1. GPT doesn't know real-time events. ChatGPT's knowledge is limited to the data it was trained on, which usually cuts off before the current date. By default, it doesn't access real-time information like news, social media, or recent world events. However, some configurations with internet access can bypass this limitation, allowing the model to fetch real-time data and answer questions with up-to-date knowledge. Fact 2. It doesn't truly understand language. Although ChatGPT can generate human-like responses, its understanding of language differs fundamentally from humans. The model works by predicting the most statistically likely word combinations based on context, rather than comprehending meaning. It excels at pattern recognition, but lacks genuine cognitive awareness of the ideas it processes or the intent behind them. Fact 3. Confidently produces false information. ChatGPT is prone to what researchers call hallucinations, where it generates convincing but false or fabricated information. Because it prioritizes the flow and coherence of text, it sometimes produces inaccurate details about people, events, or processes while sounding authoritative. This makes verifying information critical when using AI. Fact 4. No personal opinions. ChatGPT doesn't have personal beliefs, opinions, or subjective feelings. When it presents a point of view, it's simply drawing on patterns and examples from its training data. Its responses reflect common discussions, arguments, and perspectives found within online texts, but none of them originate from self-awareness or internal experiences. Fact 5. Ethical filters in place. To minimize harmful or inappropriate responses, OpenAI has embedded ethical and safety filters within ChatGPT. These filters block or restrict output related to violence, hate speech, and sensitive topics. The AI is programmed to recognize problematic requests and decline responses when its content moderation systems detect potential risks. Fact 6. Code restrictions for safety. While ChatGPT can generate code in multiple programming languages, it's restricted from producing certain harmful or malicious code. For instance, if a user asks for scripts to hack into systems, create viruses, or exploit software vulnerabilities, the model will refuse or generate intentionally incomplete outputs to reduce security risks. Fact 7. Struggles with basic math. Despite its sophistication, ChatGPT often struggles with simple arithmetic and mathematical reasoning, since it processes numbers as text instead of actual numeric values. It may produce errors in calculations. To address this, developers are integrating external modules and feedback loops to improve its computational accuracy in real-time scenarios. Fact 8. Learns through user interactions. Although ChatGPT does not update its knowledge dynamically, OpenAI uses user feedback to improve future model versions. Responses that receive corrections or complaints help fine-tune subsequent releases, making the model better at avoiding mistakes and bias. This feedback loop is key to its long-term evolution and performance. Fact 9. Repetitive patterns in simple queries. When given overly simple or ambiguous queries, ChatGPT sometimes generates repetitive or circular responses. This is due to its probabilistic nature, where common word combinations are recycled. For richer responses, users are encouraged to provide context or specificity, reducing the risk of repetitive answers. Blown away by these facts? Smash that like button, let's shock the algorithm together, and hit subscribe with the bell so you don't miss the juicy stuff coming up. Fact 10. Huge training data size. GPT-3 was trained on approximately 45 terabytes of text data gathered from books, websites, and other online content. This extensive dataset represents millions of documents and contributes to its large vocabulary, general knowledge, and language fluency. However, this size also leads to occasional biases inherited from the internet's imperfections. Fact 11. Multilingual capabilities. While ChatGPT primarily focuses on English, it's trained in dozens of other languages, including Spanish, Chinese, Russian, and more. Its ability to translate between languages and provide cross-linguistic answers makes it versatile, though accuracy may vary depending on the complexity of the request and the language's training coverage. Fact 12. Early safety issues addressed. Early versions of ChatGPT could easily produce problematic content related to illegal activities or offensive subjects. These vulnerabilities were addressed through stricter fine-tuning, content moderation, and safety filters. The current version is more cautious and often refuses to provide responses on sensitive or harmful topics. Fact 13. Can imitate famous writing styles. ChatGPT can mimic the writing styles of famous authors, poets, and public figures. By analyzing patterns found in their work, it can generate text that resembles their tone and structure. For example, it can write Shakespearean sonnets, craft philosophical essays like Nietzsche, or narrate fantasy stories similar to Tolkien's work. Fact 14. No personal data storage. By default, ChatGPT doesn't store or remember users' personal data between sessions. Each conversation is independent, and the model does not have the ability to recall specific user details unless explicitly programmed or integrated with external memory systems. Privacy is a central focus of OpenAI's development approach. Facts 15. Struggles with long conversations. Due to token limits, ChatGPT may lose track of context during long interactions. Tokens represent chunks of words, and if a conversation exceeds the token threshold, earlier context may be forgotten or ignored. Users are encouraged to recap key points to maintain coherence and avoid drifting responses. Fact 16. Transformer-based architecture. ChatGPT's power comes from its transformer-based architecture, which enables it to process and generate text sequences efficiently. Transformers revolutionized machine learning by allowing models to focus on different parts of input data simultaneously. Attention. Improving performance on language tasks. Fact 17. Inaccuracies with dates and numbers. Despite its access to vast amounts of factual knowledge, ChatGPT can make mistakes when referencing dates, historical events, or statistics. If the data isn't frequently reinforced during training, it may produce incorrect figures or timelines, especially if it extrapolates from limited or ambiguous inputs. Fact 18. Generates creative content. ChatGPT can generate creative works like poetry, fictional stories, scripts, and essays. Given a prompt, it can develop plots, create characters, or compose lyrical verses. This makes it useful in creative brainstorming or as a collaborative writing assistant, though human oversight is often needed to polish its output. Fact 19. Originally built for scientific research, BTT was initially developed for research purposes, aiming to explore the limits of machine learning in language processing. OpenAI's goal was to create AI models capable of summarizing, translating, answering questions, and more. Its success led to public versions and practical applications in various industries. Blown away by these facts? Smash that like button, let's shock the algorithm together, and hit subscribe with the bell so you don't miss the juicy stuff coming up. Fact 20. Content moderation systems. To reduce harmful outcomes, OpenAI's moderation systems analyze ChatGPT's output before delivery to the user. These systems block explicit, hateful, or unsafe content and ensure the responses meet OpenAI's safety guidelines. However, no moderation system is perfect, and edge cases may occasionally bypass filters. Fact 21. Tested on real-world tasks. Before its public release, ChatGPT was tested across practical tasks like writing emails, generating code, summarizing documents, and composing marketing materials. Its versatility in handling diverse requests made it a popular tool in industries like customer support, education, and software development. Fact 22. Can act as a personal tutor. ChatGPT is highly effective as a virtual tutor, capable of explaining complex topics in science, math, history, and literature. By breaking down concepts into digestible pieces, it can guide users through learning materials and help them grasp difficult subjects, although human verification remains necessary for accurate learning. Fact 23. User prompts shape its responses. The specificity and quality of user prompts directly affect the output ChatGPT provides. Vague or ambiguous prompts often lead to generic responses, while well-structured and contextualized prompts result in detailed and relevant answers. Mastering prompt engineering is essential for effective interaction with AI models. Fact 24. Massive computational power required. Training large models like GPT-3 and GPT-4 requires immense computational resources. OpenAI's infrastructure involves thousands of high-performance GPUs running in parallel, consuming significant energy. This has led to discussions about the environmental impact of large-scale AI development and the need for sustainable practices. Backed 25, backbone of other AI projects. The technology behind ChatGPT has influenced OpenAI's development of other projects, such as DALL-E for image generation and Codex for code generation. By leveraging similar language understanding capabilities, these models demonstrate the versatility of transformer-based AI systems across creative and technical domains.